I'm Tracy, and when I was 13, my mom got pregnant. I was an only child, so I was very excited. But when my dad found out, he went nuts. He started throwing things everywhere and yelling at my mother. I thought he was going crazy, but then I heard him shouting that the baby wasn't his. My dad had a vasectomy after I was born, so that only meant one thing. Mom had cheated on him. Dad stormed into my parents' bedroom and started throwing things into a bag. He called out for me, but I was too afraid to go see him. He was so angry. When I didn't answer, he came into my room to talk to me. He said he wanted me to go with him, but I couldn't stay with someone who behaved like that. I said I was staying with Mom because she'd need help with the baby. Dad got really upset. He started crying and saying if I loved him, I'd take his side and stay with him, not take the side of someone who stabbed him in the back. I felt really uncomfortable. I was just a kid. How could I make that choice? Dad threatened that if I didn't go with him, that would be it. He'd cut all contact with me. I just sat there shaking my head, too upset to speak. His last words to me were, "I can't believe you chose to stay with that snake." I was in floods of tears as I watched him leave. I never saw him again. I went with my mother to all her doctor appointments, and I was there for her first scan. That's when we got a huge shock. Mom wasn't just pregnant. She was having triplets. I had no idea who the father of the babies was. Mom refused to talk about him. She just said she made a mistake and the guy didn't even know she was pregnant. Her pregnancy was rough. It's hard when you're having triplets. When Mom went into labor, she was forced to have an emergency C-section. She lost so much blood, she almost died. I felt so helpless. All I could do was sit in the waiting room crying as medics rushed past to help my mom. One of the nurses tried to make me feel better, but nothing she could say could make me stop worrying. I couldn't lose her. She was all I had. When they finally let me visit, she looked so pale and tired. But my 3 baby brothers were gorgeous. The second I held one of them in my arms, I was in love. Mom said, "Promise me that if anything ever happens to me, you'll look after your brothers." "You're being silly," I said. "Nothing's gonna happen to you." But I could tell it was important to my mom, so I promised I'd always be there for my brothers. Mom let me pick out names, and I called them Caleb, Christopher, and Conrad. After my brothers were born, life was hard. Mom suffered postnatal depression, which made it hard for her to look after the baby, so I did everything for them. Caleb's first word was Mom, but he said it to me. I tried to tell him I wasn't his mom, I was his sister, but he wouldn't stop calling me Mom, and soon all my brothers called me Mom as well. Mom wasn't too happy, but I have to say it was really cute. Even though I took care of my brothers, I still got good grades.